Hello, Bethel. I don't think there's any point hiding who I am anymore. The people in my church already know what happened, and so do many others. I am a 24-year-old Nigerian living in the United Kingdom. I've been here for over 5 years now, and I'm currently a member of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG. Life has a funny way of humbling people. One minute, everything seems to be going according to plan, and the next minute, you're dealing with something you never imagined would happen to you. That's where I find myself today. I'm not writing this because I regret getting involved with a married pastor. What I'm struggling with is the pregnancy that came from that relationship and the difficult decision that lies in front of me. A lot of people will probably judge me before they even finish listening to my story, but I'm asking that you hear me out first. Pastors are human beings too. They have emotions, desires, weaknesses, and struggles, just like everyone else. That's how I saw things when everything started. I serve as one of the choristers in church, and over time, the pastor and I became very close. There was a connection between us that I can't really explain. It felt like we were naturally drawn to each other. One day, he opened up to me about his marriage. He told me that his wife had not been intimate with him for months. According to him, she had become deeply focused on spirituality, and their physical relationship had suffered because of it. He spoke with a lot of emotion and frustration. As he talked, I listened. The more he shared, the more sympathy I felt for him. He also complained about being unhappy with their intimate life and feeling neglected as a husband. Maybe I was naive, maybe I was too emotional, but I genuinely felt sorry for him. In my mind, I wasn't looking at him as a pastor at the moment. I was looking at him as a man who felt unloved and deprived of affection. That was how the boundary started to disappear. Before long, one conversation became many conversations. Many conversations became private meetings. And eventually, the relationship became physical. Looking back now, it all happened so quickly. After church meetings, I would often wait for him because he usually drove me home. Nobody suspected anything because, after all, he was a pastor. To everyone else, it looked completely innocent. But behind closed doors, a secret relationship was developing. We spent time together in hotels after church programs and meetings. What began as emotional support eventually turned into a full affair. At one point, he told me that I had made him feel appreciated as a man again. Hearing those words made me feel proud of myself. I believed I was giving him something he had been missing for a long time, right or wrong. That's how I justified it in my mind at the time. For a while, everything remained hidden. Nobody knew. Nobody suspected. Then I got pregnant, and that's when everything changed. The secret that had stayed buried suddenly became impossible to ignore. When I found out I was pregnant, I immediately started thinking about my future. I had plans. I wanted to get married by the age of 26, and that goal was less than a year away. The pregnancy didn't fit into the life I had envisioned for myself, so I approached him and told him that I wanted an abortion. I expected resistance, but I wasn't prepared for his reaction. He completely rejected the idea. Not only did he refuse, but he insisted that I kept that baby. I explained my reasons. I told him about my plans. I told him I wasn't ready. I told him I didn't want to continue the pregnancy. But none of that changed his mind. Instead, he told me something that has stayed in my head ever since. He said he wanted this baby more than anything. You see, he had been married since the year 2000 and had never had a child. According to him, age was no longer on his side. To him, this pregnancy wasn't a problem. It was an answered prayer. I'll never forget his words. I want this baby like yesterday. Those words still echo in my mind. The disagreement between us continued, and eventually I spoke to a few close friends about what was happening. I trusted them. I needed someone to talk to. But the matter didn't stay private for long. The church leadership found out, the situation was reported to the church committee, and before I knew it, the secret was out. I was excommunicated from the church. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. People talked about me, people judged me. People discussed my life as if they knew every detail of what happened. Honestly, the criticism isn't even what bothers me the most anymore. What's troubling me is the decision I still have to make. The pregnancy remains, the pressure remains, the uncertainty remains. Part of me already knows what I want to do, but another part of me wonders whether I'm making the right decision. Should I keep the baby I never planned for and do not want to have right now? Or should I go ahead with the abortion I originally wanted? In just a few days, I'll have to make a choice that could change the rest of my life. And that's why I'm sharing my story. Not for sympathy, not for validation, but because I need honest advice before I take the next steps. Thank you for listening. So, this is the story of our dear sister living in the UK. This is really a tough one. But if you have any advice or suggestions for her, please leave them in the comment section and please be nice. And until the next one, see you later.